What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to another MLB The Show 18 video, and today we're going to be talking about roster update predictions because there's been a lot of players that are playing really well, but to be honest with you, it's going to be kind of a slow week, so just fasten your seatbelts and see what we have in store because we have a few players to talk about that might go diamond, but to be honest with you, I think there might only be one this week. The first player that we're going to be talking about is Mr. Javier Baez. Javier Baez is putting together an MVP season, and his stats, man, they're out of this world. On the year, Baez has 124 hits, 25 home runs, 88 RBIs, 19 stolen bases, and a 302 batting average to go along with a 929 OPS. The guy can do it all, considering the fact that he has a Gold Glove and an elite arm. I mean, I don't know what Javier Baez cannot do. I mean, I guess I can kind of point it out point blank. He has almost 110 strikeouts to 16 walks, so his vision is always going to be very bad, but let's get into his stats in the game itself. To be honest with you, his stats inside the game are not too bad, but if you go back to his in real life production, he's got 6 home runs and a 307 batting average and a 594 slugging percentage against lefties, so that's really good. I think the contact and the power should go up against lefties. Now against righties, the guy has 19 home runs, 65 RBIs, and a 594 slugging percentage as well, so I think his contact versus power and righties should go up as well. So to be honest with you, I don't think Javier Baez is going to go diamond this week, but I think he deserves an upgrade to all of his hitting stats, and then if you take that into account with his fielding and his speed, you have a really solid overall third baseman, shortstop, center fielder. Wherever you want to put him, even at second base, I would say he's pretty overpowered at second base. Wherever you put him, he's going to be great. Man, this is going to be tough, but Christian Yelich is also having an MVP season. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks about Christian Yelich is if you take a look at his stats inside the game right now, a +11 and a +11 to his contact and power versus lefties only gets him to an 83, so he's going to need a power boost versus the righties as well. So if we go to his stats in real life, he's got 12 bombs and a 516 slugging against righties. Now I do think that deserves maybe a little bit of increase to the power versus righties, but I think a 309 batting average justifies that 83. So will the contact versus lefties probably go up? Yes, he's got a 368 contact versus lefties on the season itself. He's got 5 bombs and a 605 slugging percentage, so I think the +11 and the +11 against lefties is honestly where it should be in the game itself, but the power versus righties, that's going to be the only thing that might hold him back because he's got 12 on the year, so let's see if the devs give it to him. In my opinion, I believe that Yelich should be a diamond player, but I do not think that the developers are going to give him a +11 and power boost to the right hand side, so we'll see how it goes. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think Javier Baez or Yelich will go diamond? Let me know. Coming in next, we have a guy that seems to get better and better as the weeks progress. So over the last 30 games, he's got a 339 average, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases. So he's doing it all just like Javier Baez. We're talking about Trevor Story. Now, if you take a look at his stats inside the game itself, his biggest problem is going to be vision. And, his vision is not going to be good this year. He's got 36 walks to almost 110 strikeouts. So just like Javi, his vision is going to hold him back. Now, if we take a look at his stats inside the game, his worst stat is going to be contact and power versus righties. The 70 power versus righties is not terrible, but here's the thing. He has 15 home runs against righties this year. Now, I do think 15 home runs does deserve a power increase, and also he has a 282 batting average against righties, so I think if you add the maybe +5 and +5 to the contact and power versus righties, maybe he gets bumped up to an 81, maybe 82, but again, the biggest thing is going to be his vision and his fielding. He's not the best fielding shortstop or even second base in the league, so if he can maybe strike out a little bit less, walk a little bit more, maybe make a few less errors, you might see Trevor Story being a diamond player maybe as early as next year, but definitely not this year. I'm not sure what more our next player has to do to be a diamond. Aaron Nola is 12-3 on the year with a 2.37 ERA and 148 innings pitched. He has 144 strikeouts and a .99 whip. That's incredible. Yes, the strikeouts per 9 is not where you would want it to be, but considering the fact that he has a .99 whip, I believe that deserves an increase to his hits per 9 and his walks per 9. So with both those taken into account, I'm not sure where that would leave him considering he does not have an inside edge for the day. Usually the inside edge kind of gives you an insight as to what they might be if they get an upgrade, but no inside edge today. So I think with the hits per 9 and a walks per 9, I in my heart believe that if anyone's going to go diamond this week, it needs to be Aaron Nola. I think a lot of people out there have invested thousands and thousands of stubs just to get 50 Aaron Nolas in their inventory, and in my opinion, I believe that this is the week that he goes diamond. Man, Rougned Odor is absolutely on fire. The last 30 games, he has a 336 batting average. He has 9 home runs, 21 RBIs, and he has 15 walks to 30 strikeouts. So his vision's maybe going to get a little bit better, and he also has 6 stolen bases. One thing to note about Rougned Odor is he's also won the Player of the Week twice in the last month. So this guy has been probably the best hitter in all of baseball the last month. both him and Matt Carpenter. Matt Carpenter also won the Player of the Week twice in the last month. Those guys are incredible. I believe that he deserves an offensive upgrade across the board. So contact versus righties and lefties, that needs to be boosted, maybe even just a little bit, maybe to 60 and 60, and then the power versus righties and lefties, maybe give him a 70 versus righties and a 60 versus lefties, because Rougned Odor is becoming one of the best hitting second basemen in all of baseball, and he was supposed to be, but this year he's kind of putting it all together from the second half and on. David Peralta is coming off a game in which he just 2 home runs, including a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 14th. So on the year, he has 53 runs, 120 hits, 19 home runs, 56 RBIs, only 2 stolen bases, but he has a 298 batting average and an 871 OPS. In the game itself, David Peralta actually has some pretty good stats against righties with a 90 contact, but he only has 64 power against those same right-handed pitchers. And in real life, he has 14 home runs and a 577 slugging with a 957 OPS. In my opinion, I believe that the 90 contact is where it needs to be, but that 64 power, give him at least 70 to 75, and I think that you might see David Peralta go to a gold this week, but you can't really tell because, again, the devs, they're a little weird when it comes to upgrades. Nick Ahmed of the Arizona Diamondbacks has 16 home runs already on the season, so his stats in the game, I mean, you're not starting this guy anytime soon, but against lefties, he has 8 home runs, 22 RBIs, and he's got a 277 batting average, so not the best, but he does have a 546 slugging and an 868 OPS, so maybe you see his stats versus lefties go up just a little bit, and he also has 8 home runs against righties, so I think that maybe Nick Ahmed, just because he's playing so well, maybe give him that plus 12 and plus 12, give him up to that silver rating, but I don't know, man. I just want to put some respect on Nick Ahmed's name because he's having a great season. Man, Francisco Lindor is having an amazing season. Let me ask you guys a question. Is there a better combination of players in baseball than Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor? I feel like everyone's going to say Mookie Betts and JD Martinez, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Would you rather have Mookie Betts and JD Martinez or Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor? Against lefties, he has a 374 batting average, so the 95 contact versus lefties is perfect. But against righties, he has 22 home runs, and a 550 slugging. I think that, also he has a 591 slugging against lefties as well. So in my opinion, now that we have all of those stats in mind, I think that he deserves a power increase to both righties and lefties. Now he is hitting 267 against those same righties, so his 64 contact versus righties not going anywhere, but definitely deserves a power upgrade. Staying with the Indians, Trevor Bauer at age 27 is finally having a Cy Young caliber year, and to be honest with you, he's having an even better year than Corey Kluber, which is saying something, because Corey Kluber, 2-time AL Cy Young winner, Mr. Klubot, he's no joke himself. Trevor Bauer has an 11-6 record, which is not the best, but he has a sparkling 2.25 ERA, and get this, guys, in 159 innings pitched, he has 206 strikeouts, so I think the K per 9, yes, it's at an 84 right now, but I think that needs a boost, and also his velocity, it says that he tops off at 94, but he was throwing 96 to 97 in his game yesterday against the Twins, so that definitely needs to go up as well. I think with the K per 9 increase and the velocity increase, you might see Trevor Bauer go diamond. I'm not too sure. This is one that I'm kind of on the fence about, but honestly, if he gets a +1 to an 84, I'd be happy. So what do you guys think? Staying in the AL Central, now this guy is having a pretty good season as well. I don't think he's going to be diamond or anything close to that, but I think he at least deserves a gold. So on the year, Whit Merrifield has 54 runs, 129 hits, 7 home runs, 37 RBIs, 25 stolen bases, and a 304 batting average. So he's not the most powerful guy, but he's a second baseman. So for second baseman, he's doing really well. But Merrifield has a 368 batting average against lefties, so maybe even give him that +4 to get him to a 90 versus lefties. He does have 12 doubles and 5 home runs against those same lefties with a 571 slugging, so maybe even a power upgrade to the left-hand side as well. I just think that Whit Merrifield is playing at a gold level right now, and I think that's the best way to get him there, is doing the contact increase against lefties as well as the power. And last but definitely not least, we're talking about Alex Bregman. So he's already a diamond fielder. Now the only thing holding him back is his power against righties, in my opinion. I feel like if his power against righties was at least a 60 to 70, you would see Alex Bregman at a diamond status. So on the year, he has 22 home runs, 71 RBIs, and even 8 stolen bases to go along with the 906 OPS. Now again, what I was saying is his stats versus righties on the power department, that's what's holding him back. And he has 14 home runs against righties this year. So is that justified maybe to get him up to at least a 60 to 65? I believe so, yes. In my heart, even though he's hitting 279 in his last 30 games, he does have 7 home runs and he has 17 walks to 16 strikeouts, so maybe even a vision increase. But in my opinion, the two guys that have the best chance to go diamond this week, we already talked about him, Aaron Nola, and then we have Alex Bregman at the number 2 spot, in my opinion. So if he does not go diamond, don't blame me. I already bought a bunch of Alex Bregman, so I promise you guys, I feel like they're gonna go diamond. So just I don't know, take me at my word. And guys, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did learn a little bit, or if you feel like you're going to be a little bit more better equipped going into this week's roster up to maybe make a killing with the stubs, go ahead and slap a like on this one. If you want to see more MLB The Show 18 videos, go ahead and sub, because I come out with them usually every single day at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then the last thing, guys, if you do not follow me on Twitter or Instagram, it'll be in my description down below. So guys, follow me there. And with that being said, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Go get some diamonds, go get some dubs in ranked seasons, and just stack up on Alex Bregman and Aaron Nola, because I feel like they have the best chance. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Peace out.